Hello, everybody, and welcome to our weekly Dungeons & Areas. Last second arrival. Welcome to our weekly Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition online role-playing adventures.
So
what game are we playing?
Dungeons & Dragons. We live stream our sessions Friday evenings. You can keep up with our adventures on YouTube as well as catch weekly recaps on RogueWatson.com. I am Chris, your Dungeon Master, and I'm joined by our awesome players. Eric playing Kazon, the half-elf warlock paladin. It's not your birthday this week. Hello, Eric.
It's my birthday every week. Hello.
Heather playing Bryces, the tiefling sorcerer. Hello, Heather.
Hello.
Wait, do you type into your notes if it's somebody's birthday?
Yeah.
That's adorable. You just copy and paste said notes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then I noticed
it's my half birthday.
Yeah. When is your birthday?
It's my half birthday.
Half birthday? Oh, we're halfway there, yeah.
I expect the same level of dedication from our next DM.
Keep track of the
Damn,
birthdays.
what a precedent.
Uh-huh.
All good managers keep track of their employees' birthdays.
Oh, there's gonna be songs, cupcakes. I ain't seen nothing yet.
As well as their work anniversaries, and
yep.
their other. Yep, I have
Work
planned one for
anniversaries,
next
yeah.
week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a thing.
Yep, I've got one coming up next week for one of my people. 10 years.
Yeah. Heather and I, corporate America, we know.
Mm-hmm.
Reese playing Tim, Warforged Cleric Fighter. Hello, Reese.
Welcome to our podcast about corporate America.
I also have a birthday this next year.
I will keep track of
What?
Ew.
I am human.
Hang on. I don't
That's
He also has a birthday? Question mark.
That's all of Eric's notes for session 0. Find everyone's birthdays in all caps.
I'm pretty sure he doesn't even know mine.
You ballpark it.
Yeah. Rochelle, as long as you're in the right week, you're okay in this scenario. Rochelle playing Corinne, the Blue Dragonborn Sorcerer. Hello, Rochelle.
Hello, Chris.
And Raymond playing Halfred, the Halfling Ranger. Hello, Raymond, who has stepped away. He's here, though. We use Roll20.
How does he step away from me?
I don't know. He was here a second ago.
He was.
Sure.
I look away, and I look back, and he's gone.
He's been replaced by fan.
Yeah.
He's a fan.
We use Roll20.net for our tabletop campaign and video chat, and I am recording it all using Open Broadcaster software. Previously on Storm King's Thunder. After dealing with all the pirates on the deck of the Morkoth, the party briefly looked through the pockets of the numerous slain foes. They told Felgalos to land and take a breather while they prepared to go below deck. Remembering that the half-orc pirate had been calling for reinforcements, they didn't want to waste any time. Kazon used the Mask of Many Faces to look like one of the dead pirates and run down the stairs. He was greeted by half a dozen pirates armed with throwing knives, ready to ambush anyone coming down. That was last session. Yep. He used Awakened Mind to warn everyone else, then heard Bryce's reply through Corinne via Ascending Spell. One word, duck. Kazon ran around the pirates as a fireball, courtesy of Bryce's, flew down the stairs. It engulfed them, though most actually dodged and survived. With that, the fight was on. They were a bit battered and bruised from the topside fight, but measly pirates were little match for them now. One by one, the rest of the party charged downstairs to engage in battle. Chaos bolts, fear spells, chromatic orbs, Halfred's blade bow, and Tim wielding Dawn Strike. While they were mopping up pirates and cultists, a pale, tattooed wizard sporting red robes approached from a back office. He had a thick accent and wouldn't shut up about his godlike Kraken master. Tholt's Dagger Dark was an incredibly powerful spellcaster. He began by using Time Stop, then stacking a cold shield and a globe of invulnerability. He fired a cone of cold at half the party, followed by the other half shortly after. Most of the party was able to avoid taking the full force of the blasts, but it was painful. Thankfully, Tholtz had to concentrate on his globe, and they were able to break through that with some good old-fashioned arrows, with Halford also hooking the wizard, cutting off his retreat. A whirlwind of attacks from Kazon and Tim, followed by a lightning bolt from Corinne, obliterated the haughty mage. They searched his back room to find one incredibly important piece of information, the name of the ancient blue dragon who was behind everything, Iymrith. That was also the name of one of the top storm giant advisors to Princess Cerisa, and they realized they had had their foe in their sights at the Maelstrom and didn't even know it. The ship began to rock as a storm raged outside. They went to the lowest deck to find King Hecaton. He was frozen in time, bound by large steel chains inscribed with runes. With acid blade and pike, they struck the chains, sundering them apart and awakening the storm giant king. He was not happy and not exactly in his right mind, still reeling from an apparent betrayal from small folk that led to his capture. He began swinging the chains in retaliation and splintering the ship as he stood, while the storm began tearing the ship apart from the outside. But it was not a storm. Fogelos screamed as tentacles began emerging from all around the ship. It was the Kraken Slarkritho, and it seemed to be intending to sink the ship along with everyone on board. Halford produced the conch of teleportation, and Kazon called out to the king, invoking his daughter's name, explaining that she had sent them to rescue him. He saw the conch and demanded that they return to her at once. Halford was battered by a tentacle attack. Fogelos finally tore through the netting above to get within line of sight, and Halford blew the shell, sending all of them back to the Maelstrom as the ship was crushed by the Kraken.
I believe that was my ballista jumping up and down that helped.
I mean, it did help. It did help him get through. Yes. They didn't waste any time. Hecaton charged to the Maelstrom, heading directly for the throne room. Giants lie dead along the way. A massacre. They reached the throne room to find Sarisa sitting upon it, comatose and paralyzed, as Iymrith floated nearby, the royal scepter in hand. She taunted them, her plans clearly having unfolded, though the party's arrival hastened her retreat. She teleported away, but now that they knew who she was, Hecaton and the remaining giants were able to locate her lair, a half-buried amphitheater in the desert far to the east. Tim and Kazon tried to heal Sarisa, but it was no use. The storm giants needed their scepter to remove the curse on her, and to properly re-establish the ordning. After a much-needed long rest, they were gifted potions of giant size by the Storm Giant King, who asked them to accompany him for a final showdown against the dragon. They were teleported to the desert, near the dragon's lair, and the party, King Hecaton, 2 Storm Giant warriors, and Fogelos, all looked out across the sand, more than ready to bring the fight to her. And that is where you all currently are. As you teleport, you open your eyes surrounded by sand. You are here.
The signpost says Iymrith's Lair.
That's right. Around you, the sand, a wind sort of blows continually across the sand. It's not hot where you're at. There's a sort of cool, dry air, and the air does feel particularly like dry and staticky around you. So yeah, it is you 5, King Hecaton, 2 Storm Giant warriors that he introduced as Namir and Orlecto, and Fogelos, the Bronze Dragon. All out in
What does the lair look like?
You're not there yet. He teleported you about a half mile out. And you guys will have to make the trek north to actually get to the lair itself. You begin walking.
I'm riding on my broom.
Okay, riding on your broom across the desert sands.
You know what? Now's the time.
Oh, okay. Yep. Find your steed.
I would like to find a steed.
I'm going to fill up my 2 flasks with sand.
Okay. Flasks for the sand.
I'll summon forth a celestial horse,
Okay.
and I shall name it Zephyr.
Okay.
after my slain mentor, Zephyros.
Great. Zephyr, the celestial steed, trots happily across the sand. The rest of you are uncomfortable because sand is not fun to walk on. And this is deep desert where the sand itself is sort of shifting and soft beneath your feet.
Oh no, the deep
The
desert.
deep desert, not like that shallow desert.
I'm gonna. Well, I don't really want to use a spell slot for that.
The giants.
Go ahead.
Oh, yeah.
I was gonna say I'm gonna make like I'm gonna make a sled out of. So I'm gonna use my creation to fashion a sled shape out of some sort of vegetable material.
Okay.
Vegetable matter.
Like roots. Like.
Yeah, and then I'm just gonna like
Tie it
like,
to Kazon.
that's what I was gonna. Well, I was gonna tie it to Kazon's celestial horse.
Kazon's horse has now become a
Pack mule.
pack mule, a coach. For
No,
the
he's
rest.
a carrot. He's like a Clydesdale. Carrying, come on.
I could sprinkle
Now-
pixie dust on Tim.
now- Dragging a dragonborn behind him.
Picture more of a mule.
I've got some pixie dust that I can sprinkle on you, Tim.
Mmm. I want to get higher than I've ever been before.
We all travel in style.
That's right.
Tim travels upside down.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't matter to him. The half-mile journey across the dunes goes uneventfully, sled and all. And you all approach.
Sing Christmas carols to pass the time.
That's right.
Hecaton's just looking at us like we're an amusing toy.
Yep. Hecaton and the giants, Thuglos is sort of hovering overhead, but the giants have to sort of walk at a very slow pace as you small, because their legs are very long, and they stomp along while you all.
Why can't the giants just carry us?
I mean, did you
Hecaton,
have
can
you
you carry us?
I'm not gonna be carried by.
I mean, you got a horse. You can keep up.
Yeah. You can fly.
And Halford can fly, but he'd rather be carried by the giants.
I'd rather be carried like a child.
I mean, I could just ride on your shoulder. Boom. How sits on Hecaton's shoulder?
Hecaton says, "Namir, carry this little one." And Namir begrudgingly puts you on his shoulder.
But I wanted to be near a great presence.
Hecaton has no interest in carrying little folk.
Well, Lemire, you're the lucky one.
He just looks
Can
at
I
you.
fly my broom above Hecaton's head so it makes it look like I'm riding on his head?
Yes.
We want him to be as irritated as possible
Hecaton
when
gets
we get to the final point.
increasingly annoyed as you all
Yeah.
walk through the desert.
He's in a good frame of mind. It's just little microaggressions the entire time.
He'll be battle ready by the time we get there. He'll
Nipping
need
at
to
his
pick
heels.
something up.
Hecaton, what's it like teaming up with a dragon? Your old hated foes.
Hecaton, are we there yet?
Shut
Hecaton,
up, little
you-
folk!
Also, if that dragon's anywhere near you, you fuck up.
Thuglos calls out from above, but I won't come near you guys, I promise.
Are we there
Good.
yet?
Land there.
I didn't hear any of that.
I got scratchy.
Did you say Heather?
Nothing.
Okay.
Hecaton, are we there yet?
I'm thirsty.
Hold on.
It's really hot out here.
Shut up! We'll get there when we get there.
How much longer?
Now are we
Get
there?
a juice box and a string tea.
About that time, you all crest a rise in the sand dunes.
I hear Hecaton go, thank God.
Yeah. And you look out over the sand dunes.
He was recently widowed and we're just...
Yeah, exactly.
Captured.
You look out over the sand dunes and take in the sight before you. Your long journey ends here in the desert. A churning cauldron of black clouds fills the sky as thunder peals and lightning flashes. Half buried in the cold dunes is a crumbling amphitheater adorned with statues, many of them broken. The rest worn smooth by wind and sand. Two large trebuchets stand atop the ruins. Where cheers once rang out across a great city, now a solemn fortress stands before you, waiting for you to draw near. You are about 1,500 feet away from this amphitheater. Hecaton turns to you all and he says, This...
That was ominous timing with the thunderclap.
Yeah. Says, this is it, little ones. How you have taken on this foe before, and you have more experience with her than any of us, though she sat at my left side for much time. How would you suggest we approach?
I'll be honest, Hekaton. The 2 times we've fought against her, people have died. Giants specifically.
Damn.
Stay away from her mouth.
Hekaton says, we storm giants prefer a direct approach. If it was up to us, we would charge this amphitheater full force.
She probably knows we're coming.
Says, that seems likely. Says we could...
It's just, so it's literally like a...
You look down, yeah, you look down and you appear to be, it's like a half amphitheater. Like a half circle. And you're looking down at you from like the stage side. Like you're looking into the seats.
Do we see her anywhere?
You do not. What you see is a huge amphitheater. This semicircle of benches and seats stacked up, but it has been broken down and there's chunks missing and sand is worn over the whole thing. There are statues dotting this amphitheater all over the place. You do see in the center of this semicircle is a large, dark hole, but you can't see from this distance. You can't see where that might go or see any details about it.
How does it look dragon-sized?
It looks big enough to fit a dragon. It looks very large.
Sorry, how far below us is this again?
About 1,500 feet.
Oh, jeez. Well, do we beef up now or try to get closer and...
Well, it lasts for 24 hours.
Hekaton says, if we intend to charge, I would suggest drinking your potions now. I don't know what this foul dragon has waiting for us down there.
Is it raining?
It is not. In fact, you note that despite this roiling black thunderstorm over this amphitheater and the lightning crossing through it, you note that there is no moisture in the air. It is deathly dry around you. Kazon, in fact, as you look at this storm cloud above the amphitheater, suddenly it seems very familiar to you. You have gone in the minds of multiple people, I believe, to try to root out your foe, and you've been met with visions of a storm cloud. And this storm cloud that's hanging over this amphitheater looks exactly like what you've seen in your visions.
She is the goddamn storm cloud.
She is, yes.
Kazon says that out loud. She is the goddamn storm cloud. Yes, I've seen that in my visions. That is Iymrith. That is her just raw power.
I'm totally drinking my potion.
Yeah, let's drink them. We need to drink it and turn the buffs on. We're going in.
Okay.
Actually, I have 2 potions. I've got this one and this one. Which might come in handy.
That might come in handy. All right, I am going to, so you guys can drink your potions now. I'm going to go ahead and take you to the map, but you guys are not as near as you says you are. All right. You all, I'm trying to drag it, but you guys are basically just if you just, on the left side, just go all the way down. I don't know if you guys have trouble finding it, but
It's a big map.
it's a big map. So you're not this close. You're about this plus another 1,400 feet away or so. But you can look down the sand dunes and you can see what you can see here from that distance. What you see to your north is basically the wall of one side of the semicircle. It looks like the amphitheater wall, and at the top of the wall, about 30 feet up, you can see that the actual seats themselves start. So it's basically up here is basically just a sheer wall going up. You do see in that wall, right here, is a large entryway, but you cannot see where that goes. To your left and right, what's blocking the vision are ruined old buildings. Their walls are still barely standing. From where you guys are right now at the top of the sand dune, you can kind of see over the top of them, but as you get as close as you are on the map, the actual walls of the buildings block your vision.
So 2 things. 1, you need to make our tokens a lot bigger.
Yes.
And 2, I need my spirit horse.
Yes, you do. Yeah, okay. So let me get your spirit horse. So, yes. So...
I'm also going to need a serpentine owl of a giant size.
Okay.
Turn on all the things.
Talking to my jade owl.
All right, so you guys begin drinking your potions, and you guys can start entering that stuff into your character sheet or tokens or what have you.
Okay. What do these things do?
Let's see. Let's pull it up.
+7. Oh, Nelly.
Yes, so you guys can change your strength to 25. Your speed becomes 50.
My character sheet does not like being edited.
Yeah. On a big map like this either.
Just changed all the things.
Yeah.
This might ruin it a little bit, but I'm guessing we don't have to worry about changing it back.
Probably
I
not.
was gonna say, we're overriding a lot of things here.
I mean, I don't need to like write down the original values.
My strength was 10, so...
Actually, I'm gonna write a note about my
Yeah, go ahead and track your old strength. I mean, this condition probably won't end in this campaign, but if we ever come back to these characters,
Yeah.
it'd be nice to know what their strength was.
Gotta do some math for my hit points.
Dear
Done,
God. However... Oh, I see what you did, Reese. Your health bar just shot out to the side. I get it, yeah.
So much health. Oh boy.
Alright, you all become as big as giants. As you drink the potions, you feel your muscles and bones enlarge and stretch until you stand face to face with Hecaton and his storm giants.
Punch him in the face. Now's our chance.
Can I up my charisma instead of my strength?
You cannot. Being a giant is...
Just our melee weapons? That doesn't make sense to me. Like, it should be our ranged weapons too, right? Like force, mass, acceleration. Like, because if everything is bigger,
Does it really say melee weapons only?
it says just melee weapons, right?
Yeah.
Where?
So, like, great, my dagger is now 3d4.
It just says when rolling damage for weapons enlarged in this manner.
Roll.
It says the reach of your melee increases by 5.
No, it's all weapons. It's not. So yeah, the melee only is for the reach.
Okay, that's what I read. Okay, great.
But yeah, your ranged weapons also become large. That you're right. That doesn't make any sense. Like you got crossbow bolts that are 3 times this big now.
No, yeah, I misread that. I thought I was talking about the damage.
I'm just gonna manually roll the extra damage.
Mhm.
Roll that in.
I guess it doesn't affect your spells though, huh?
No.
No, yeah,
They were saying that
we
earlier.
were complaining about that before you got here.
They were lamenting.
Kazon, your steed is useless now as you tower over it.
How dare you? Don't listen to him, Zephyr. You are a champ.
He looks up at
Wow.
you.
I sit down and I pet him.
Yeah,
like a good little
he
dog.
comes up to about your waist now.
Yeah.
Where's
He's
my
dog
owl?
horse.
Hold on, let me get your owl.
You're a good horse dog. Useless. I'll show you.
Well, it's useless for writing.
Well, I'm not riding him right now. When I drank the potion, I got off of him.
And the owl is a giant owl.
He is, but a giant owl is still smaller than you now.
It's like
Oh,
a little
yeah.
pet bird. Yeah, we're huge.
You are huge.
It's a class above. Oh, now let's go fight that kraken.
So, as a giant, if I polymorph something, does it polymorph giant size?
No.
Or does it polymorph down to its normal size?
It polymorphs down to its normal. Whatever you're trying to polymorph into, it changes to that size. Just like you change
Morph Zephyr.
your
No.
steed. The celestial steed.
Celestial steed.
All right. I will give you control, Bryces. Well, actually, I can't. I can change this giant owl. I don't think we're gonna use a giant owl for anything else.
The illusion of control.
Yeah.
Do we want any buffs? Is Bless worth it? The stage.
We'll look at
Does anybody want
Gargoyles.
5 temporary hit points?
That one's definitely not. I have 214 hit points right now.
There's some.
Has-
I have 136. I have to assume hers is close to mine.
Yeah. 136, 142. I don't think Halfred's done it yet. He still says 99.
Probably not a minute away from combat yet, so I'm gonna wait until I turn on some other things.
All right. Your horse can trail behind you, Kazan, if you'd like.
Yep.
All right. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Can't sense
5,
dragons,
6.
can you, Halford? Just the giants.
Legolas needs to start sniffing his pouch where he was keeping his Yondala's Delight. Hope for the best.
Throw all your animals out.
Oh yeah, I'll do that too.
You guys are gonna make
Have
this.
a fucking menagerie.
You guys are
I
gonna
am.
You guys are gonna make this combat a nightmare.
So many initiatives.
I am. Okay, I'll drop 2 of my little furry balls.
Oh dear. Okay.
Shit, where'd it go? Right, it's bag of tricks. There it is. All right, a D12. D12 times dose.
I get a house cat and then polymorph the house cat into a T-Rex.
Got a 7.
Just loses his mind.
You get it. Okay. Roll it again.
And an 11.
Oh, you've never rolled a 7 before. 11's a goddamn polar bear.
Okay.
Polar bear in the desert. Oh,
That's
damn.
perfect. This is some J.J. Abrams shit.
Let's see here.
Guess that 7 is a giant elk. That might be too strong. Between a black bear and a brown bear.
The polar bear comes out, and from the other ball, it begins to grow coarse, dark brown hair, and you see sinew and muscle from underneath, and a dire wolf.
Ooh.
My menagerie.
Your menagerie.
Mastery.
Polar bear and a
Just
dire
don't
wolf.
clump them up together because one lightning breath bolt is going to destroy everything.
Alright, he has 42 health. Alright.
That's not a lot of
This
health.
whole session is just us summoning all of our things and casting
Direwolf has 14 armor and 37 health.
Has anyone checked to make sure we're not just recording a podcast?
Let's check.
I'm on it.
Nope, we're good.
Chris will break it again.
Fair question.
All right. What are you as you guys approach? Bryce, are you having your animals like be in front of you, like, or trailing behind, or what are they doing?
They are, yeah, they're kind of like.
Delta formation, go.
The owl will be flying up kind of by like my shoulder area, and then the polar bear and direwolf will be slightly behind me,
Okay.
kind of like my little flank area.
Okay. All right.
I'm gonna look over at Kazon and go,
Hekaton looks at you all and nods in approval. Yes, you all are ready for battle.
I go, you pull animals out of your
Beasts and blade and magic. We will slay ourselves a giant this day. Are you ready?
Wait, is she really a giant?
Yeah, I thought
Wow, no, dragon. She was a giant. She's both.
I think she's really a dragon, yo.
Oh,
It's so
okay.
important because I can only sense giants. It's a game changer if she's a giant.
What would have happened if you sensed the giant thing and that would have? Would that
And
have
you
still
had
gone
not.
off?
No, it would not have. You would have not detected a giant where she was standing.
That's fascinating.
Or,
I didn't think we wouldn't have thought to do it
yeah.
the giant dungeon though.
That's me retconning things. I don't know if I actually would have done that at the time because I don't know.
That would have spoiled.
Is Fogelos actually a halfling when he's in halfling form? I don't know if that really counts.
Good question.
I think it's kind of like shape change in terms of what you count as. Hekaton does say,
We're
well,
still like 1,000 feet away.
yeah, you're still about 1,500 feet away, actually.
Well, Paul Bryce is summoning all her little animals.
Okay.
don't be jelly.
Let's just see if there's any giants.
Should we maybe fan out just slightly? So we're not all.
I'm looking for giants and monstrosities within 5 miles of me.
Okay. Halfred, your thing goes off, and the giants all, yourselves and your giant friends all go off in your radar.
But that's it.
No.
Oh.
Directly about 1,600 feet to the north of you, and slightly like down below the ground, you sense just a massive clumped number of monstrosities. Like there's got to be at least 30 of them. It just seems like a hot spot of monstrosities just in one little area. And about another 500, 600 feet beyond that, to the north of that, and a little bit to the west, you sense one giant.
I relay this to my party.
Huh. So there's a lot of shit going on in that amphitheater, I guess.
Yes, but Halford, specifically, you sense both of these presences like below the surface. Not like on top of the amphitheater itself.
I stress this to my party.
Okay. I say we fan out slightly.
All right, you guys can
Maybe not literally split the party, but like,
spread out a little bit.
yeah, maybe go like 2x2s and get enough apart to where some kind of giant AoE is not gonna fuck us all up.
You guys have control your tokens. I will control the giants and the animals. But whatever position you get, you're still going to be 1,500 feet away. It's just how you approach.
Delta formation everywhere. Hekaton can be the vanguard.
Yeah, he likes that.
And
Fuggalos is just sort of overhead.
I'm gonna tell Fuggalos, to literally just stay in the air as like the cavalry.
Yeah.
And like kind of just out of range. Why is your token sideways?
He's the aerial assault. He can rain whatever he's got down from the above.
You just now realize you can do that?
Yeah.
I can spin my token.
Ooh.
Everybody go sideways.
I have no idea how you're doing that, so.
I think it's a little. If you click on your token, there's a nub that goes to the north, and if you hold that down and turn it.
Oh. Huh.
Please hold while the D&D party has to flip their card
Yep.
upside down.
Slightly different order on his token.
Okay.
Alright, spread more out, people.
We're gonna have to go into this giant hole. I don't know why you want to spread out for.
Because I don't want that lightning storm to fuck us all up.
Alright, I'm going down this hallway.
Kazon doesn't like that lightning storm at all. He's keeping his eye on it.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna keep with this. What you guys got right here. As you all begin descending, are you guys trying to like? What pace are you setting?
March with purpose.
March with purpose. All right. You begin marching with purpose.
Grim determination.
Yep.
Hey, jaunty, if you will.
And as you do, you all get about 300, 400 feet down the sand dune. It's kind of descending down. And as you get that far, you all see the roiling black thunderstorm begin to coalesce, and a form emerges from it. A giant blue winged dragon comes down from the thunderstorm and lands on her amphitheater and looks directly at you. And you hear her voice speak to you and carry across the sand to you. And she says, "Welcome to my home, giants." She chuckles a bit, and the lightning roils around her. She says, "Please do come in. I've been so expecting you." And you see that's a picture.
I don't see a picture.
Oh, you don't? Oh, hold on. There you go.
All right. Ha.
And
Alf was right. You are uglier than he is.
Lilo says, "Yeah, I'm pretty in comparison." And you see her
Have
lift.
something that belongs to Hekaton there.
Yeah. You see her raise her head to the lightning and let out a roar. And as she does, she slinks down into that hole you see in the center and out of sight. And as she does that, you guys are now about 1,000 feet away from the amphitheater. You see what at first looks like another dark cloud rising from the amphitheater. But Tim, your eyes spot it clearly for what it is. At first, Tim, to you, it looks like a flock of birds emerging from the amphitheater, but you take a closer look, and it is not a flock of birds. It is a swarm of gargoyles swirling about the air over this amphitheater, and they all turn in formation and start coming towards your position. The other thing you see, Tim, is the two giant trebuchets on either side of the amphitheater fling. And you see two giant boulders begin coming your direction.
Begin, huh?
Begin, yep.
Take cover.
There are two boulders heading towards us right now.
So I'm going to...
The amphitheater's defending itself somehow.
If you guys start running, you can go 100 feet in a turn. I'm going to have you guys go ahead and roll initiative.
All right.
Would you just like for all of my pets to go on my initiative?
I would like that. Please. Ooh, critical initiative.
Take the first one. I don't know why it rolled twice.
Oh, okay.
Oh shoot! I accidentally rolled to myself.
Halfred, you doubled your hit points, right?
Yeah. I might have done it differently though, but
Oh yeah, I've used my max. I don't think or not.
damn it! I got a 22, but I accidentally rolled to myself.
Okay.
Wait, how you get your bar smaller?
You got to change that bottom number right
The-
below
the-
HP.
yeah, the
to make
permanent.
that the max.
Right.
Never mind, got the same number.
Douglas.
He's still
I don't know.
throwing.
I put plus 99 on the top right of the heart. Is that
That,
That'd
yeah.
Probably. I think that's for temporary hit points, but yeah, it all works.
All right, is everybody on here? What was yours again, Tim?
It is 21. I fixed it.
Oh, you did. Okay.
so? Basically, our strength modifier is plus 7.
Yep. I dare the DM to kill us now.
Shut up.
I'm going to roll to see who the boulder is coming at as you all approach.
Come to me.
There are 9 of you.
Not one of our red shirt storm giants. That would be devastating.
No, we need them to go in the hole first.
Orlecto.
All right.
Tim.
Fogalos is going to get the first one. You guys are still a ways out, so it's
Shot him in the air?
no. It's aiming. They're aiming for him. I'm actually going to roll for the actual.
Oh, okay. It's an attack. It is an attack.
Yeah.
Oh, that's some damage.
And
Oh,
to
boy.
the storm giant behind you, Kazon.
Orlecto.
You see Orlecto take a boulder right to the gut. Ugh! And he doubles over in pain. Another turn. I'll keep track. You guys are 1,000 feet out now.
God damn it.
Another turn, you're able to. If you're dashing, you guys
Did we
can.
have a scenario where we had to like zoom in on something as
Yeah.
we're being shot at?
Yep. All told, I think you guys are going to take 10 trebuchet attacks as you approach. If you go 100 feet per round, and there's 2 attacks per round. That's 20, isn't it?
If we use like darkness or fog cloud, they can't aim at us, right?
That would certainly help. That might, yeah, you might be able to do that.
And it's like just a straight path, right?
It is
There's
a
no...
straight path from where you're at down the sand dune to the amphitheater.
Alright, I'm gonna cast darkness on myself. We'll pop darkness.
Okay. What's the radius of that?
15-foot radius. So 30-foot sphere.
They straight up cannot see you to target Bryces, so I'll be rolling a 1d8 as...
Sorry, we really big. Y'all aren't gonna fit.
You just disappear.
Yeah, she just becomes a giant black globe that's coming down the sand dune.
You can just hear it cackling.
Trip on a rock and just keep tumbling.
Kazon and Felgalos.
Dragon, you gotta do some father weaving.
Kazon. Trebuchet boulder goes flying over your head. Felgalos. He just sort of is in the air, so the boulder just goes flying by. You all are another 100 feet closer.
Charging down a hill. At this
You are just charging down a hill at this point, yes.
Sandy hill.
I didn't actually roll who that was for. Wow, Felgalos is getting targeted.
Felgalos.
This is Hecaton and Felgalos. That first one was Hecaton. That did not hit. And Felgalos does not get hit.
What's the status of the gargoyles?
You just see them coming your general direction. Not very quickly, though. They're still kind of over the amphitheater, but they're all in the air, sort of swirling.
Like too many to count, or like a dozen, or what?
More than a dozen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, you suspect it's somewhere closer to like maybe between 20 and 25.
Good lord.
It's a bunch.
A bunch. Sounds gargoyle.
Felgalos and Kazon again. Wow, you guys are just...
Motherfucker.
They are just aiming right for you. All right, this is Felgalos and Kazon. All right, either one hits.
Oh man, I'll just boom.
Yep, you're just
Like,
watching
shit.
these just come flying. All right, another
How
100.
close are we?
You are 600 feet from the amphitheater now.
Jesus.
Another 2. Felgalos and
Wow.
Corinne. Felgalos does not get hit.
Felgalos is so used to dodging things.
Yeah, Corinne, you watch a boulder just nail the sand nearby you, but it does not come close to hitting you. Okay, another 100 feet. Orlecto and... See who that was? That's Hecaton, yep. Alright. Orlecto barely gets missed by that boulder. It, like, goes right by his leg.
The man Lecto.
And Hecaton does not even get close to him. You guys keep descending. You're about 300 feet away now. But, now that you're 300 feet away, the trebuchets seem to be, in better aiming range. And they no longer have disadvantage.
Can't cast spells while running, can we?
No, you'd have to actually slow down a little bit to do that. You could slow down and go a little bit slower to actually try to cast spells to... Or you could just try to close the distance.
Yeah.
So this is Orlecto, or I mean, King Hecaton and Namir, the 2 middle giants.
Red shirts. No. Orlecto.
Both of them.
Look out, brother.
Both of them take boulders right to the, like, the thighs, not thighs, the
Oh no, Orlecto's sweet muscular thighs.
the torso, their torsos. They
Shred back.
the boulders clip them as they run.
I like to think every time Kazon dodges a boulder, it just fucking slams into the dude behind him.
Yep.
Oh, sorry.
Oh god.
Oh.
I haven't been counting you, Tim. You're 7. So you're so far ahead.
But
All right.
To not have to dodge boulders up there.
Now 200 feet away. That is Hecaton and Corinne.
No. Hackathon's 5.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Halfred and Corinne.
I have to keep track of it.
Yeah, I'm not... Yeah. All right, Halfred. That boulder does not hit you. Comes close. Corinne. That boulder hits you.
41 damage. Jesus.
Well, that's a bummer.
We go with the bigger hit point pool, though.
Yeah, but that basically takes out her bigger hit point pool.
Yeah.
You forget how squishy we were.
All right, you are now 100 feet from where you are, where you see yourselves on the map.
So one more round before we can actually basically move.
Yep.
Where are these things?
The gargoyles, I'm bringing them to you.
Who's operating these trebuchets?
As you come down the cliffs,
You there! Stop operating these trebuchets!
Tim, you see that in addition to the swarm of gargoyles that are hovering over the amphitheater, you see on each of these trebuchets, 5 gargoyles are just frantically operating the machinery, loading it, aiming it.
Like monkeys.
Like monkeys.
Yeah! This is like a punchline to a joke. How many gargoyles does it take?
To operate a trebuchet in 1 turn? 5.
Alright, I'm glad we settled that.
2 to, I think it's like 2 to load it.
You
2.
thought about that.
No, it's in the rules. Like loading a
Oh,
trebuchet.
Alright.
It takes
damn.
2 creatures an action to load a boulder, 2 creatures an action to like crank it, and 1 creature an action to aim and fire.
Wow. Well, that solves the mystery of the gargoyles.
Rest in peace.
All right, hold on. I'm bringing all the gargoyles to you as they descend upon you.
Thanks.
Tiny.
They're normal size.
God, they're little gnats.
Flies to Vigo!
They're little gnats.
Okay. At 100 feet away,
I would argue that Corinne's breath weapon should be a lot stronger now that she's 3 times as strong.
I would count that as a weapon.
Hey, okay.
Yeah, I would say
Literally, the
it's-
lungs are
Probably.
just much
Here's
bigger.
the range too.
yeah. I mean, it's
Yeah.
it would literally be
Dragon breath.
it would literally be 3 times as big. It would
Nice.
or 3 times as powerful and like size whatever. It's a line, right, Corinne?
Yeah, it's
So, At your size,
yeah. So right now it's so it's 5 feet wide and 30 feet long normally.
so at your current size, it would pretty much become a dragon-sized dragon breath, which would be 10 feet wide and 120 feet long,
All right. And then
which is what a normal dragon can actually do with their dragon, adult dragon. You are now the size of an adult dragon.
Cool.
All grown up.
You're an abomination. The size of an adult dragon, but you're humanoid. So you. All right. One more round of the trebuchets before you guys can actually get to where you are. Tim and
Hi.
Halfred. Tim. Not even close.
Close.
And Halfred.
Are we-
Into the sand. All right, now we will begin the turns proper. You all are currently where you are on the map. That was not nearly as painful as it could have been.
No.
That's what you said.
as Corinne like rubs her very
I
damaged
lost
shoulder.
a third of my
Yeah.
I was like, fuck you, Trebuchet!
All right. Let's actually take a break now.
Shit.
Before you guys
Oh,
get
boy.
way into
Yeah,
this, you're about to be. You guys are now right before this.
Already way into it.
You're
Stirred up the hornet's nest.
yeah. You guys are right at this amphitheater. There is a swarm of gargoyles coming down at you, and behind them are 2 trebuchets that are constantly firing at you.
Is this the hole going down deeper?
That hole is going down deeper. As you get this close, you can see stairs that go downward.
Does anyone have a monologue they want to perform?
It's been done. The monologue's been performed.
It's just reading the paper was jacket.
Places, please.
In the beginning.
All
Thank you,
right.
sir. Get off your cell phone.
All right. Let's take a quick break, and we'll come back with the shit hitting the fan.
Orlando.
I'm all right.
I will see you through this break.
Has he had worse?
Actually, both the giant. Oh no, I'm sorry. Yeah, both the giants got hit by 1. I didn't notice that. All right. Let's get this party started. I moved the gargoyles to where you can see them. They're still about 30 feet in the air above you, but they are coming down at you currently.
So we should make a beeline for that hole. So we'll get Trebuchet / Gargoyles.
You can handle that however you'd like. But Halfred, you are up first.
Give me a 60-foot cone, please.
A 60-foot cone? Cone of what?
Shame.
I've got lots of cones.
With the pick?
Well, just the image.
Do you have something that looks like sand?
Let's find, I think I do. I think I've got something that looks like golden something.
Yeah, let's do that.
Where are you? All right, from you, 60 feet is...
Well, I'm going to move too, but
okay.
I'm just trying to figure out the best angle.
I'm glad I wasn't saying anything untoward. Not weird.
60 feet. It's there. All right, there's your 60-foot cone.
May I rotate it?
Yes, I'll give you control over it so you can move it around. There you go.
Thank you. Damn, I can only get one side, I think. You can't do partial angles. Okay, that works. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
Your move speed is 50 right now. Just also
Yeah,
just FYI.
but
You don't get all of it. All right.
and I will cast Conjure Barrage. Oh, damn it.
Oh. Conjure Barrage. Throw a non-magical weapon or a fire piece of non-magical ammunition. 60-foot cones via 3d8. Okay. And that is... okay. I've got a program up for mob rules. Because there are a lot of fucking gargoyles here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 gargoyles. And your DC is a DC 15. Okay. And there are 9 gargoyles. And their save on dexterity is a 0. Two of the monsters make their saving throw. So, it's half damage?
Yep.
Alright, so you throw out... What are you throwing out? Like a crossbow ball or an arrow?
Sand.
Oh, you're throwing sand. Alright. You throw sand out, and it turns into, like, petrified sand and pounds into all of these creatures. And all but 2 take the full force, and those 2 take half. 7. All right. There's a lot of HPs to change. It looks like you did a solid chunk of damage. These gargoyles are not too terribly. Not enough to kill anything. Did a good chunk of damage. Alright, next up are these storm giants who... Orlecto's name is the one that's showing up for some reason. Alright, these storm giants are going to step forward. 500 feet, each creature within... they are each going to take aim at a chunk of gargoyles, and they are going to pull their hands back, and large, like, lightning bolts are going to form in their hands, and they are going to throw lightning strikes at these converging gargoyles within 10 feet. So the one near you, Orlecto, Kazon, is going to hit the 3 directly to the north of him. Or he's actually going to... If he aims at this one, he can hit 4 of them. So he's going to hit those 4.
Hit him, Lecto.
And 0 of the monsters make their save. So that combined with the sand that just hit them, they all break apart into little pieces, taking 65 damage apiece. Namir over here on the other side is going to aim and hit the 3 closest to him in the air. And they also do not make their saves. They, however, are left standing after that. The lightning breaks apart huge chunks of them, but they are still going. All right, next up is Tim. Tim, all these creatures are about 20 to 30 feet above your head currently.
Above me?
Yes. They're like flying around.
Okay. Changes some stuff. I don't really know. Can I jump up at him? Can I?
I don't know. You're about 15 feet tall, so I don't know how you can jump. Probably another 15 feet. So not quite.
Well, normally isn't a straight jump half of your movement speed?
A straight jump up? I don't know.
Uh-huh. Isn't it?
I'll look that up.
Let's just say it is.
A high jump. When you make a high jump, you leap into the air a number of feet equal to 3 plus your strength modifier.
Oh.
If you move at least 10 feet on foot immediately before the jump. If you make a standing high jump, you can only jump half that distance.
All right, I'll just cast Sanctuary on Orlecto.
Orlecto.
Okay.
He was only got damaged, right?
Yes, he did get hit by a boulder, yeah. All right, he gets the Sanctuary put on him. Ah, little heart with chain around it. All right. Hackathon is going to step forward. He's also going to pull back a lightning strike. He's going to aim at the same 3 that the other giant just aimed at, actually. Seeing that they are almost dead. I don't know why I didn't roll damage there. Let's try that again. There we go. Alright, and they're already damaged, so those 3 just get hit by this lightning strike and explode into pieces. Next up is Kazon.
Alright, I will make my way to the hole, which is 50 feet. He puts me there. I will drag Zephyr with me. And I'm just gonna start turning on my shit. So let's go with Mirror Image first.
Okay. Mirror Image. What's the other one you have? Oh, lightning resistance.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. All right. At this point, the gargoyles begin descending. You all see 2 gargoyles fly towards Felgalos in the air and begin slashing at him. And he begins to engage them. These 3... So this one descends on you, Kazon. Tim, you're getting...
I will respond in kind.
Okay. Go for it. That one to the left of you.
Oh, and I get to roll all my extra damage.
Right, yes.
Which was, rolling damage, roll 3 times the normal number of dice.
So you roll another 2d10 plus what you did here.
So just 2d10.
Yep. So plus 9.
26 damage.
Yep. Yeah. Your giant pike stabs through the gargoyle. It doesn't quite go down, but you take a chunk out of it.
Does it phantom slash the other one that's
It can. Yeah. Well, no, actually that one's not in 10 feet of the original target.
Oh, okay.
His reach does extend by 5 feet.
Yeah.
So it would have to be, yeah, you're right. So it would have to be 15 feet within the original target then. With the, yeah.
Try.
All right. Tim, you being closest, you're going to just get a bunch of gargoyles that sort of
Infesting everything.
infest your body. These 3 are going to come down at Corinne, although not all of them can actually make it. These 3 are going to come this far using their dash.
What's a large group of gargoyles called?
What is a murder? Go with the crows. A murder of gargoyles. All right. Gargoyles make 2 attacks. One with their bite, one with their claws. So, Tim, I'm just going to rush through these. Most of them are not going to hit because you're fucking armored to the gills. But you take 8 attacks.
Ooh.
Gird your loins.
You have 22, right?
Uh-huh.
I'm not going to stop unless... Actually.
I'm not gonna stop.
Oh, 1 hits for 5.
Okay.
Jeez, he's got a couple 20s in there. It's crazy.
All right, they swarm over your body, Tim. They're
Oh.
they're climbing you, And one of them gets in like in between your armor and your wood plating and just sinks his teeth into you.
Oh yeah.
Alright, I have vulnerability.
Okay, that's 10 damage. Kazon, you get 2 gargoyles apiece. What's your AC?
17.
Okay. Alright, 1 bite.
Can I choose to just let that hit me instead of the mirror image?
Roll mirror image? Let's see how it reads. I don't think so. Each time a creature targets me with an attack during the spell's duration, roll a d20 to determine whether they attack instead targets one of my dupes. I don't think you have control over whether they target your dupes or not.
It barely did target a dupe.
Yep.
Alright.
Alright, and Corinne, one of the gargoyles makes it to you. Alright, that one gets through with a nasty bite for 11 damage.
There's a cream for that.
Gargoyle bites?
Alright.
And you, as the gargoyles descend upon you in this swarm, you see coming over the edge of the amphitheater 2 more trebuchet boulders come flying
we gotta get
over
this fucking hole.
their heads. Both coming at Hecaton. Neither one hits. They both land right next, like left and right. They just hit the ground and sand goes flying. Brysis. Or Brysis or Corinne. You guys can choose. You guys want to roll or just choose. Heather's not here yet, so you go.
Sure. So I guess I can let's see. This is better position.
Run over there. As you run over there, one of the gargoyles gets an attack opportunity, which misses.
Thank goodness. Okay, so I'm gonna use my lightning breath in like this sort of direction. So I think if it's 10 foot wide, I think it can get like all of these guys.
I think so.
That's probably not this one.
Yeah, if you do that, you'll get all of them. Because 5 feet on either side of that line is hitting everybody. Alright. Yep. You rear back with your giant dragonborn head and let loose a lightning breath through them. I'm going to use the mob thing. How many are there?
Yeah, she gets extra damage.
Oh, yeah, you do. Roll another... Or wait, is that the extra damage?
I modified it already. Yeah. Don't worry, I wasn't going to take it.
3, 4, 6. I'll go ahead and roll them. Why not? Mob stuff's for the NPCs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, of them, 2 make the save. How much damage is that? 19? Okay. Alright, you put your lightning breath. 15. All right. Next up, Bryces.
That's me.
That's you.
Alright. So I'll just put the coin that has the darkness back in my pocket. That way the darkness goes away for a second.
Okay.
So
you can see.
Yeah, so I can see.
You've been running blindly through the sand until someone tells you that the fight's on.
Yeah. Stop, we're fighting. Oh, okay. Oh, God. I don't have anything that's good except for a fireball, and I don't want to use that yet.
Not because your allies are in there. It's because you don't want to use it.
Allies never stop her.
No compunction.
No. No. Alright, fine. I'll just do a 3rd level fireball. Right here on everybody in front of me.
Okay. I have a...
It's gonna hit all of them but one.
Okay. Would you like to hit the... Which one would you not like to not get hit? Actually, I think you can only do that with this...
Because it's a 20-foot radius, so it'd be a 40-foot diameter.
Yeah, so I think you can get all of these guys.
No, you're short 5 feet.
Am I? Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's what I was measuring earlier. I was
Oh.
like, I can get everybody but one.
Yeah. Alright. So you can get all of them except for like the left one or the right one.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay. Alright.
And then
Fireball, 22 damage. Okay, let's see. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One of them.
And I'm gonna bend luck on the one who thought he made it. He didn't make it.
Okay. All right, you do 22 damage to all of them. As your fireball explodes.
Immediately take the coin back out of my pocket. And me and my pets will move. Oops.
All right, you want to roll your d10 for me?
I already did.
Oh, you
I got
did?
a 6.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, you could have your animals attack also if you wanted to.
Oh yeah, let's do that too. Yeah.
Okay.
I forgot about
None
them.
of those gargoyles died?
Nope, none of those gargoyles died. They're all very low now.
Fuck.
The two of them, not big chunks out of them with the lightning breath and the fireball, but they are all barely still standing.
So we'll send in the owl. I don't know what the owl does.
Clean and prove. Owl kill.
Alan, the owl can fly in and do a talon attack.
Alan the owl.
Alan the owl. Alan. The owl will fly in.
He gets a single attack.
He gets a single attack. And
Alright.
does not pierce the stone, but he can fly. He does like flybys. He doesn't take attacks of opportunity, so he can just fly in, talon, and fly out.
So how high up are they? Is it worth sending the other two
They've
in?
descended down to your height now, so they're maybe 15 feet off the ground.
Alright, but would it still be worth sending the other two in then?
No, because they couldn't
Yeah.
actually reach them where they were hovering right now.
Yeah, so they'll just stay next to me then.
Okay. My buddies.
Text me.
And we'll rehide in the darkness sphere.
Okay. Meanwhile, you see Fogalos over here on the left side begin to engage with his two. All right, he misses one of them with a bite, but the other one he lays into with his talons. You don't see any of them go down. All right, Halfred.
Can you give me a 60-foot cone again?
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right, you have it.
Alright, how am I gonna get there?
You guys have done like 3 AoE things in this one group of gargoyles.
Silly little assholes.
Can I stand there?
Yeah. The gargoyle is sort of hovering in the air, so I'll move you back so I can see.
Alright. More sand, more conjure barrage.
This giant, actually, you can push him out of your way as he will voluntarily move. All right.
You're not Electo. Get out of here.
I'm Namir. I'm the other one.
Yeah, you're the other one.
All right. DC 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Not a single one. Every single one takes 17 damage. I assume you're doing the same thing. Your sand barrage.
Mm-hmm. I pick up some sand and I go.
All right.
You're still alive?
Hold on.
How many AoEs do we have to throw at them?
You watch the sand pour through these stone gargoyles and tear chunks away, and 3 of them crumble into just dust and join the sand. The rest look close to death.
Jeez.
All right. Tim, you're up.
All right. Dawn strike the closest one.
Okay. Yeah, all 4 of those are on you, so you can take your pick.
Oh yeah. Upper left.
Okay. 23 hits for. Is that your extra damage? It is.
Yes.
Okay. For 18. And you can do your healing if you wanted to.
Yeah. Can I reach Corinne?
Sure can. Your aura is 40 feet.
Okay. All right. I'll heal her for 9. I'll take my second action.
Extra attack.
Yeah, extra attack. I guess upper left again.
Okay. 16 also hits. This one looks almost dead.
I'll heal Corinne for 8.
Okay.
Thanks.
That really buffs your healing, actually.
Yeah, it really does. I guess I'm done.
Okay. Electo. The Giants do not get their lightning strike back. So instead, this one is going to come up here and join you, Tim and Kazon. Electo is, and Namir is going to come up behind you, Halford, and attack the one that is directly behind you. And they are going to attack with 2 greatsword attacks. Peace.
These guys are way better at being giants than we are.
Storm Giants. Yep, they've had practice. Alright, with 2 swipes, Electo decimates the giant behind you, Tim, your lower left one.
The giant?
And Namir
Jesus.
Jeez.
So Namir makes one initial strike, does a little bit of damage to the gargoyle, and then he just fucking overhead smashes the thing, and it turns into little tiny bits.
Ooh, you're the new Orlecto.
Thank you.
Promoted.
And that one is dead. Kazon, you're up.
Alright, I guess we're fighting the gargoyles. Let's hit this one to the left.
.22 does hit, and 12 damage breaks that into little pieces.
But my extra damage.
Well, you can really, yeah, even smaller extra pieces.
Alright. Make my way here. And with my Zephyr flanking. Taunt them, horse. Let's do one attack.
30 certainly hits.
So it's 2, so it's an extra 2d4.
Yes. All right.
I could reroll all of this. Actually,
I mean, you could, yeah. Just re-roll
Alright,
the whole thing.
Roll 3d4
Plus 7.
plus 7.
All right,
16,
that's
much
a little better.
better.
Yeah. All right, 16 damage to him.
And that should bounce to this guy.
Sure does.
Love him. Alright, and then extra attack. Fuck. Alright, I'm re-rolling all that.
Okay.
Bullshit.
18 does hit, so you can just roll the whole thing.
Plus 7. 17 to both of them.
17 to both of them. Those do hit. All right. They both look pretty tore up at this point.
Zephyr get to
Does
kick at one of them?
I don't know if he doesn't even have like what is Zephyr? Is he a warhorse?
He's a warhorse.
Hold on a second, let me go to the token sheet. I don't know what warhorses get to do.
Kick things. Occasionally.
Warhorse Zephyr will hooves, and he will miss. It's pretty good damage though.
That is pretty good damage. Jeez. Good try, boy.
All right. Actually, well, no, I'm not giving NPCs advantage. Technically, I suppose he should have advantage from flanking, but
Oh yeah.
Hecaton does not get his lightning strike back, so he will do the same thing. He will come and attack the one that you and Kazon and Zephyr were attacking. He will break that one to little pieces. And he will step through over here to where you are, Tim, and he will
Like we're just in the giant's way at this point. Just letting them eat their way.
he will do a mighty slash at that one. That one does not quite go down. All right. The gargoyles' turn. You don't have your darkness up anymore, right, Bryces?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, you did. Oh, you put it back on. And you're just
Yeah.
pocketing the pebble and then pulling it out.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Close my fist, open it back up. Close my fist, open it back up. I hide in bubbles.
Okay. That one's alive. That one's alive. 1, 2. All right. Tim, you're gonna get 2 of them are on you. And they do nothing. They continue just climb and claw at your body ineffectually.
Yes.
Kazon, one of them is attacking you. That hits.
Bring my fucking spell. Damn it.
You'd rather just take the damage than we always went 6? That's probably it. Yeah, I can see that.
I don't care about 6 damage.
And
Pop this thing too early.
Halfred, 2 of them are on you.
What?
Your AC is 17, right?
15.
15. All right, so both of those hit for 12 damage.
Okay.
One more claw for 5. Both of those gargoyles just fly into you and just begin tearing at you. And as they do that, more boulders come from overhead. Tim and Tim. 2 boulders come flying over your head. Neither hits. They just go pounding into the ground near you.
They only have a +5.
Yeah.
But they only need to hit like once to do some real fucking work.
All right.
So
Yeah.
God. Imagine taking both of
You
those.
just got like a big boulder sitting on either side of you. You're kind of surrounded by boulders now, Tim. It's just rocks. Chunks of the Colosseum are laying about you. Corinne, you're up.
Oh my goodness. Okay. So there's just. Oh, okay. So there's these 3 and over there. Okay.
89 damage.
That would have been real bad.
Wait. So how are the gargoyles looking?
They're all looking real low at this point, actually. Tim, well, actually, the one to the Tim's surrounded by 3 of them currently. The top left and bottom right both look like they're barely standing. The top right one looks fine. He hasn't been damaged yet. And then Halfred's engaged with 3 of them that all look damaged.
Pretty specific. I respect that.
He's a polygamist.
Okay. I will. Okay, so I'm gonna cast Witch Bolt at level 2 and then twin it to target 4 of them at a time. So is this one right here alive still?
No, that one's dead.
No. Okay.
I think
So
I just
I'll
had-
target
Yeah.
the.
I believe
3.
no, I believe roll twin spell. I think twin spell only works if you're targeting one target.
Oh, okay. Yep, you're right. Mm. Okay. Then I will I'll just cast Witch Bolt then at a level 3.
Okay.
And target the 3 around Tim.
Okay. Um, 10 does not hit.
I'm using my inspiration to reroll that.
Okay. So it's D20 plus 8.
I'm just rerolling a spell, but you can
Oh, okay.
keep the.
Yeah, I'll go ahead.
damage.
All right. Yeah, I'll keep the damage because that's yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So you're twinning this?
No, I'm just using. I'm casting it at a higher level
Oh,
just to target all 3 of them. Well, because I figured I couldn't twin it, right? Or are you saying can I still twin it to hit a 4th one?
No, well, no. Let me read it. Toward a creature forming hit the target. I think this originally just targets 1, so you could twin it to target 2.
It originally targets 1, but if you cast it at a higher spell, you can, for every spell you cast, every level you cast higher than a level 1, you target an additional target.
Oh, okay.
That's just inherent to the spell.
Oh, okay. It's not. I'm just not seeing it in the spell description. Okay.
Isn't it? Am I wrong? Am I misremembering how Witch Bolt works?
Let me look at Witch Bolt really quick.
Maybe I'm wrong. Well, if that's the case, then I'll just twin it to just target 2 of them then.
Yeah, the higher levels do more damage. You add a d12 for each spell slot above the first.
Okay, so then I'll just twin it to that's fine. I'll still cast a level 3 because I already did that. It's fine. So then I'll just target 2 of them. I guess the ones that look worse off right now.
Okay. So that means you need to roll another 2d12 for the damage. Alright, so 29 damage obliterates 2 of these gargoyles, the 2 lower ones that Halfred was facing. The lightning arcs into them and they explode into fragments. All right. Bryces.
Okay. Alright. Let's come out of the darkness bubble for a second.
Okay.
Bubble. So everybody over here is dead. Ah, what the hell? There it goes. So there's the 1 above Halfred, and then 3 around Tim. Okay. And Thuglos has 2, but he'll be fine. Alright, well, let's have Alan the Owl go attack the one by Halfred.
Okay. Alan now will swoop in and talon at him and do
Seriously,
nothing.
Alan.
Whiff to the air and he comes back to you.
Alright.
Your owl missed.
Oh, I didn't say he was a very good owl.
It's just an owl.
It is daytime.
Yeah, he's tired. Alright. I'll just do this at the gargoyle.
Alright, 15 damage, pounds into that gargoyle, and he breaks into pieces.
And then I'll move the 50 feet up there. And reopen my hand for
The darkness.
the darkness bubble. And then my pets come with me.
Okay. All right. Next up is Thuglos. He is continuing to fight those 2 gargoyles over on the side. 16. All right, you see him destroy one of them with a bite attack and slash at the other. As that fight continues. Halfred, you're up.
He's gonna pull out his blade bow. 5, 10, 15.
Halfred,
20.
stop there, please. Halfred,
No.
as you approach that door, you take a couple steps, and suddenly the sand around your feet feels looser than it did a moment ago. Hold on.
And I almost triggered that. Whatever that is.
Oh shit. Winged boots.
Halfred, roll a DC 15 dex save, please.
My winged boots.
I'll let you use those, but for now, let's just see if you actually fall into the hole.
Dexterity saving throw.
Yeah, DC 15. All right, Halfred, you are able to just sidestep that. The hole, as you step into that area, the entirety of the sand just begins to concave into the ground, and it falls downward. And you are able to see for a brief moment the sunlight pouring down into a lower level, and you see what looks like a pit of roiling, snake-like purple creatures. It's just a pit of them.
Halford's eyes widen
Yeah.
as he and Kazon are looking in the pit, and Halford whispers, "That could have been you."
Damn.
But now that you have dodged it and pulled out and activated your wing boots, you're now like flying over the hole, looking down, and it looks like just
Oh, snap.
an incredibly dense snake pit, but these are like thick, thorny purple snakes.
Oh, hell no.
Veiny and throbbing.
Veiny and throbbing. The thickest.
I'm gonna melee the one between this one right here.
Okay.
My bonus action. And since we're flanking.
Yep. 15 does hit. And 7 damage shatters that already damaged gargoyle.
And then the one right here.
13
What
does
the
not
hell?
hit. Your arrow bounces off the stone. $27 does. For 6 damage.
Extra huge damage, don't you?
Oh, you're right.
Oh, right.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah. You can
I
re-roll it.
forgot.
You can roll your extra damage here.
So, hold on. The first one's dead, but this one, it's another 2d6.
Yep, another 2d6.
Forgot.
Giant arrows! Alright, another 4 damage. Alright, Tim.
Seriously, these things are hard to kill.
They're made of stone.
Very fucking annoying.
Yeah. $18 hits. Which one are you attacking? The one between
Top left.
top left. All right, you shatter that one to little pieces.
Tim slash. I'll heal Kern for 9.
Okay.
I'll attack the upper right.
Okay, you have advantage on this one. 16
Oh.
hits anyway, but
Lysander smash.
you smash him, but good. All right, you do 16 damage.
Hooray! Is he teetering?
He looks fairly damaged.
Ah, okay.
He's got gashes and
Nah,
chunks.
nah.
That's fine. Or Lecto will see to the one you're laying into, Tim, and he will pull from his belt 2 javelins that
Ooh.
course with electric energy.
Kern gets another 8 hit points.
Oh, okay. Yeah, heal her. And he's going to begin throwing javelins at that gargoyle between Tim and Halfred. All right, he puts 2 javelins right through the middle of it, and on the second one, it breaks into pieces. Are there any gargoyles on the field left alive?
Better
Or
fucking
Falgolos.
Oh yeah, Fuglos is still fighting one. Yep. Fuglos has been engaged with 2 gargoyles over there this entire time. He's just having his own little fight. All right, Kazon, you're up.
So, can we make it past now that we know this is here?
It's a hole now. You could leap over the hole.
Yes.
Yes. The hole is, I don't know how wide it is, but I assume
There's a hole in front of the hole.
No, what you're looking at here, this thing,
Yes.
that is like an actual archway, part of the amphitheater. That's not the hole that the dragon went into.
What is the hole the dragon went into?
I don't think you can see it. It's up northeast of your current location, way up here. You guys haven't explored the amphitheater at all. You're just in like the lower left portion of it right now.
Okay.
That is just an archway that goes down into the amphitheater. You do see stairs leading downward.
Alright, I'll shoot my... I don't know where to go then. I'm just gonna shoot my blast at the... Douglas is fighting.
Okay.
Don't think these get extra damage. Hey, I'll roll a crit though.
Yeah. 16 damage. That does hit. Thing looks barely standing. And 5 more is just enough to do it.
Heyo.
You knock the head off a thing with 1 more Eldritch Blast, and it goes falling. You all have defeated all the gargoyles here. However, King Hecaton's turn is next, and he says, are we going after those trebuchets, or are we avoiding their fire altogether? They're going to just gonna keep firing at us.
Yeah, I say we just make a beeline for where the dragon went. Just follow her. I thought it was here. I didn't realize.
No,
it's just a
yeah.
random doorway. So I guess we need to haul ass over this direction.
You can, yeah. That's over this general direction.
Can I use part of my movement as for my turn to leap over this fucking hole?
Sure. What is hole 35 feet long? I think with a 50-foot speed, I think you can leap over it.
Okay.
How tall are we?
You're about between 15 and 20 feet tall.
Yeah.
Kazon, if you
Leap
scroll,
over that
if you look to the top left of where you are now, you can see the hole.
top right.
Top right, yeah. You see a large hole in the sand.
Yeah, I'm gonna gesture to that and be like, all right, let's just fucking run our asses over here and stop getting shot at by this trebuchet.
Hecaton says, agreed! And he is going to begin to run there also. 100 feet gets him that far.
I'm assuming if I hear people running in my general direction, then that I know it's my party, and I'll just close my hand again.
Okay.
Because otherwise Kazon just jumped into a ball of darkness and can't see shit.
Oh no.
Better idea. Can I hide the pebble on Kazon?
Oh, I'll be lost in the darkness.
I mean, you could. You'd probably not know it was even on him. Until he couldn't see anything. Just
Friends,
blind.
hold! I've jumped into a pocket dimension.
All right. Meanwhile, as King Hecaton runs, 2 more boulders go flying. I don't remember who was who, where the original positions were, so I'm now counting from left to right. So
I believe I was the very last one.
You were, but not. Yeah, now they've all moved. So now it's Fuglos and Tim. Fuglos. A boulder goes flying past him. Tim. A boulder glances off of your side and goes sailing, but does not hit you.
I didn't realize all this is bludgeoning damage anyway.
Oh, right. You're... Tim's like, oh, wait.
Tim's still freaking out about it.
I can take all this.
Tim cares not for your damage.
Yep.
So where are the trebuchets at in comparison to where we are right now?
Right now, all you see are the boulders just flying over the edge of the amphitheater. You don't actually see the trebuchets from your current position.
Okay.
But you can see that generally speaking, one is coming from directly to the north of you, and one is coming from the northeast.
the direction we're heading.
Yes. All right. Whose turn is it? Corinne, your turn.
Okay. So this is where we're going, right? Up this way?
Yes, you're going to this big pit to the northeast of you.
Okay. Well, I'm just gonna stop there. That
Okay.
was dashing.
All right. Braces?
Okay. This will go with dashing, so I can't see those numbers; they're too small.
Yeah.
I'll zoom in.
100 gets you right to the edge of the pit, actually.
Oh, I want to be that close. Oh man. Hug this wall a little bit.
Okay.
That pit is where the dragon went in, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I am so not being the first one close to that pit. I don't care to die.
Okay.
I'll tuck myself in right about here.
All right. Meanwhile, you all see Fuglos flying overhead, and he yells down to you. He says, we're going in, right? That's what we're doing?
Yes.
Can you see what's in the pit?
He says, not from here. I'm heading that direction, though.
Go in the pit.
He can only make it about this far.
Was it like acid breath or something that Thugalos has?
He has, I think he still has lightning breath.
Oh.
I believe. Yeah, his is lightning too. I didn't mean to do that. Alright, Halfred, you're up.
I'm gonna float over the hole
Okay.
and peek inside arch.
You see stairs that go down, Halfred, and they end at what looks like some sort of underground room, but you can't make out any details without actually going down the stairs.
Kazon, should I go down the hole?
I think that's the wrong hole, but maybe. You can fly, so.
Or down the stairs, I mean. I don't want to split the party.
You
Always.
don't?
Always worked for us in the past.
How high is the arch?
The arch is about 30 feet high. It's a big arch.
How much did that move just now?
It's a big arch.
Do a barrel roll.
And the floor below, as you look down the hole, the floor to ceiling is about 40 feet on that lower level.
Whatever. I'm just gonna hug the wall. That's 50 feet.
Okay. Or are you dashing? If you dash, you can go another 50 feet.
Yeah, but I can't do anything though.
No, I mean you guys are just running towards the pit.
Yeah, I don't want to be the first.
Okay. Nobody wants to be the first.
Ladies first.
All right. Tim, you're up.
How much is it to jump over?
You with your current size, you can jump over. It's about 35 feet. But right now, though, on the other side of the pit, Kazon and Halford are standing right on the edge. So you have to jump like over here,
I'll catch you.
or one of them could catch you.
All right, I want you to do dash and go around the pit and end up right here.
Okay. All right. The storm giants are hot on your tails. They run up as well.
This way, boys.
Yep. Kazon. Everyone is just turned into a big glob running for that one hole in the middle.
I mean, just show me where I can get to, and that's where I'm going.
I mean, you can get 100 feet, which you can get to right here.
Sure. I'm sure there's no holes opening up here. I didn't know where you put those.
That's it. All right. Hecaton.
Dashing.
That's dashing. Yes. Hecaton will run up to the edge of the pit, and he'll look back at you all, and he'll say something to the akin of, well, nothing ventured, and then he's just gonna hop down into the pit.
King.
All right, the Gargoyles' turn. Kazon, you stepped out into the middle of the amphitheater. You look around and you see like the edges. I don't know if you can actually see. You can't quite see up into the amphitheater seats. You can kind of see a couple places where the sand leads up into the seats, but they can see you. And the Trebuchet boulders both come directly for you.
See, I knew there was a reason I didn't want to be by that stupid pit.
Trebuchet the first does not come close. Trebuchet the second does not come close. Both the Trebuchet boulders just go rolling across the sand.
Oh boy.
Corinne.
I don't even know.
Follow Hecaton.
So where are the trebuchets coming from? From the hole?
They're coming. If you look to your all around you guys to the north is a semicircle of where the seats of this amphitheater begin, and you can see from earlier where the boulders of the trebuchets were coming from within the stands of those seats. One from your current position, one is slightly to the north and west of you, and one is kind of far to the northeast.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know what I should be doing now.
You just watched Orlecto hop into that hole in the middle of the Coliseum.
No one else is in that hole.
Orlecto is in the hole. He'll catch you.
I'm sorry, not Electo. Hecaton, the king, is in the hole.
Nobody
You
can.
see? Even better. You can have adventures
guess
with the king.
Going up to like the edge of the hole at this point because
Okay, you can definitely get to the edge of the hole.
Dip a toe.
Yeah, I'm not.
You look down into the hole, Corinne, and you see the actual height of the room below looks about 40 feet tall, but where this hole in the sand is piled up in this lower story. So it's actually only about a 15-foot drop from where you are down into the next room.
Okay.
Onto a big pile of sand in the center of some sort of underground room. You can't really make out any details.
Okay.
Brysis.
Okay. I don't want to be out in the open where the stupid boulders come flying. Because I'm not lucky like everyone else.
Yeah, they haven't hit us yet, but
Alright, now, where can I go?
can
All
you
right.
can dash that far.
Yep.
Okay. You look down, you see the same thing. You see some sort of room about 40 feet down, but in the middle of that room where the hole is, you see the sand is piled up, so it's only about a 15-foot drop.
Okay. I'm gonna pull my my coin back out of my pocket.
Okay. Cover yourself in darkness. All right.
Actually, from where I was, hang on, let me see. Let's see if I can pick a better spot. I'll go. Come on. There he goes. I'll go here with my 100 feet. That should cover Corinne as well, too.
Okay. Okay.
Kazon
Fogalos.
sees a giant black maw open in front of him.
Yep, that's priceless.
Yeah, right in front of your face. You see Fogalos fly overhead and begin dipping down into the hole. And he disappears also. All right. Halfred.
I'm gonna fly straight up. 40 feet.
Okay. You fly up straight 40 feet. Are you looking around? Is that what you're doing? Okay. You can see from your vantage point. I'll have to zoom out here. You crest the edge of that wall of the auditorium, and you can see that. Oh god, how many feet is it? About 150 feet to your northeast. I'll actually move you up there so you can see it. You see the Trebuchet sitting on the benches of this amphitheater. These 5 gargoyles climbing over it, loading it, aiming it, firing it, and just in rapid succession. And way, way away on the like about 3 times that distance to the north east, you see another Trebuchet. The same thing is happening on.
I'm gonna fire at the one that looks like he's at the trigger.
Okay. $13 does not hit.
Wait, he's not gonna die though. Damn it.
Probably not. These gargoyles are taking them being stone form.
Cloud it, man.
Well, it's disadvantage because he's too far away. Okay. I will notch a special arrow. And shoot again.
Okay. 15 hits.
Sweet.
All right, you watch your arrow hit that gargoyle, and a puff of smoke goes out from him and covers pretty much the entirety of this trebuchet.
15-foot radius.
I will show you. There you go. A fog cloud covers the trebuchet. And you can no longer see... Well, you can actually see what's going on inside, because it's your magic fog cloud. You see that the gargoyles just... are the ones that were loading and cranking it are still doing that, but the one who was aiming it is now just bewildered. It's just... It doesn't know what to do.
That's... and I can't move anymore.
Okay.
Or shoot anymore.
Okay. Tim.
I'm going to dash up to the edge here and jump in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tim, you hop in that hole.
Oh, I dive.
Dive.
First.
Neck breaking time. No, I just jump in
With gusto.
with feet, fairly cautiously.
Actually, I'm very... Oh, what did I just do?
What happened? Where am I?
Dad, come back! Dad!
My head is separated from my body. You can't see that, but it's happening right now. Okay.
Hold on. There we go. There we go. Okay.
Oh.
Dim.
Uh-oh.
Scroll to the...
There's so many things around me. You guys don't want to come down here.
It's terrible.
There's a dragon and a giant.
Oh boy. Wait, those are the ones we know.
We know about them.
I wasn't paying attention.
Die, dragon and giant. Yeah, Tim, you just land in this underground room on this fairly soft sort of dune of sand. And Kazon and Fogalos sort of turn to look at you and nod. These two storm giants. I'm too zoomed out. I can't read the numbers. 85. So they can actually make it far enough to jump in themselves. So they do. They both run up and hop in the hole.
In the hole.
Everybody. All right. Next up is Kazon. Kazon.
In the hole.
In the hole. In the hole with you.
I push past everyone. Ah! Let
Okay.
me in there.
He can't see where he's going, so he tumbles into the
That's
hole.
right. Runs through darkness.
Steed is somewhere behind me. You know what? I'm gonna pick up the steed under one arm. My Zephyr, come with me.
Okay. Let me highlight both of you.
Assuming that does not require a dash. Let's do that.
It does not. You were right there.
Okay. And I will channel my blade while jumping.
Okay.
Actually, I want to land and then.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Kazon, you hop down the hole.
Hello, hole, my old friend.
Tim is down the hole. Kazon's down the hole. Who's not down the hole?
Everybody loves the hole.
I'm not down the hole.
Halfred,
Either.
Corinne,
Yeah,
and
Holes
Bryces.
all my life.
Halfred, you have blinded one of the trebuchets, and it will not fire this turn. The other trebuchet is going to aim for the sphere of blackness sitting on the edge of the pit.
It aims for the blackness?
It aims for the blackness.
That's some bullshit.
So it will attack the blackness with disadvantage, and it will... Nope.
So close.
Corinne, if this hits, it hits you. But it has disadvantage because it is aiming for a general blob of blackness on the field. Corinne, you're in blackness, so you don't even see, but you hear a boulder just fly past you.
All right.
You hear the sickening thud of a boulder connecting with the skull.
Someone died.
Someone just died.
I'll never know who.
But it wasn't you.
Yep.
If we can't see it, that means it didn't happen.
Yep. Corinne.
I jump in the hole.
That's the most...
Extreme reluctance.
Peer pressure.
Everyone's doing
If
it.
everyone
All the
jumped in a
friends are
hole,
down
would
there.
you?
Yeah.
I would.
All right, you hop in that hole.
It's what you do around here.
This phrase lost all
Our battle
meaning.
cry is "Win in Rome."
Yeah.
It just leaves it.
Okay. Bryces.
gonna close my hand over the coin and jump in the hole with all of my animals in tow.
All right. Yep. Let me grab your animals for you.
So that's our entire turn. It's just jumping down the hole.
No, you do actually land, because it's not that much movement for you to land down there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you land on a sand dune. You look around and you're pretty much just surrounded by your allies. You see nothing but underground sandstone walls and your friends all standing around this underground sand dune. I'm dragging you guys. Okay. Halfred, your turn. You're the only one. You're the only one on the upper floor anymore.
Why did we jump in the hole?
Dragon's in the hole.
That's where the dragon went.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna go towards the hole.
I thought you also go.
Move me 100 feet.
Okay, you go 100 feet closer to the hole. You make it this far. And Halford, as you rush for that hole, one last trebuchet boulder comes flying.
Wait a minute.
Oh, you doing something?
Never mind.
You did dash.
I can't see it anyway.
Oh, okay. You see one trebuchet boulder come flying at you, and it misses you, goes over your head. And you are able to also then jump in the hole. All right, everybody's in the hole.
Mission accomplished, everyone.
All right, I'm stopping the battle music. As you all hop down that hole, you are now the air is even cooler down here. Partition walls made of tight-fitting sandstone blocks support the ceiling of this chamber, which contains a 20-foot high hill of sand in the middle. 20 feet above the top of the mountain is a gaping hole in the ceiling that leads to the outside. That's where you came in. The hole lets in bright light. You look around, and it's hard to even tell what this room used to be. You see that this room perhaps used to be serve some sort of function, but the erosion and time has sort of done away with all that. So you can't really tell much about it other than it is some sort of constructed room of sandstone.
Sex dungeon.
That's right.
I knew it. Ancient dragons are perfect.
It's quieter down here. You don't hear the wind of the sand anymore, and you also don't hear the lightning storm outside quite as clearly. Instead, you hear the sort of slight humming of being underground, and echoing throughout the sandstone, you can hear the faint sound of some great being breathing and moving about, but you cannot tell which direction it's coming from.
Now it's time to turn on all the things. Damn it all.
Can I open my hand and pop my darkness cube again?
You could.
And I'm gone.
Okay. Felgalil sort of claws back up on top of the sandstone, or the sand hill, and he looks at you and he says, "Well, what now, guys?"
We can find after her. She's got to be down here.
I want to use my tracking again to pinpoint those monstrosities.
Sure. Roll your thing again. All right, Halfred. You roll that, and you sense that giant mound of monstrosities, about 100 feet to the south, and
The gargoyles was that mound of monstrosities. Damn it
nope,
all.
the mound of monstrosities. Halfred, putting two and two together, you're able to sort of mentally figure this out based on where you were and where you sense these. The mound of monstrosities is the pit of snake-like creatures that you almost fell into.
Okay.
Oh.
And then
The one giant.
the one giant, which is to your west.
Let's go that way.
Maybe 400 feet to your west and slightly north. You sense
Go that way.
one giant.
That's our clue.
Kazon, you have dark vision. You see on the western side of this room, you see a passage.
It's pretty dark to me. Sure about this, Alfred?
Halford says
Passage
nothing.
goes down.
Halford remains silent.
Tim,
I'll pass a rope to anyone who doesn't have dark vision.
or Kazon, you go into this room, and what you see
Good idea.
is a set of stairs leading up into daylight.
What?
And that's all you see in this room.
That leads up to daylight?
It does. It is stairs going upward, and you see an archway at the top of these stairs.
This is the fucking entrance that we could have gone in, then, right?
Yep.
God damn it. Did all that work to fucking jump over to that fucking hole. Alright. Well. That's the entrance that we missed, or skipped, to go the dramatic way.
It was more entertaining that way.
I suppose. There was no path to no giant, though. So he's either north or south. Or wait, we can't go south?
You don't see any
No.
passages south. You see a very wide passage, a hallway carved into the room going north.
All blinking lights and arrows pointing in that direction.
The two giants in the southern end say that there is another hallway that goes east down here, but they say it also leads up to stairs that seem to go up to sunlight.
Okay. Guessing she didn't re-escape. So north then?
After you.
Yep. Let's roll.
Come on, Tim.
Tim.
I'm gonna bonus action and turn on Shield of Faith. Let's get all these things on.
All right. What is this?
Sim. Two rows of sandstone pillars support the ceiling of this vast chamber. It seems like this room might have been a temple of some sort prior to whatever.
I was so close.
Whatever time might have done away with this. You see, right before you, you see a hole in the ground that you look down into it, and it's just blackness forever. You do not see any end to the darkness down here.
I want to jump in it so badly. You have no idea.
It calls to
You
me.
cannot stress how dangerous the hole is.
The hole is death. Would you like to jump in it? I really want to.
I really
Like-
want to jump in that hole.
I don't know how close you guys I was so close to saying I jump in the hole.
I don't blame you on that one.
Tim, you see that there are tracks in the sand that lead up. Oh, I'm sorry. In front of this hole, you do see floor-to-ceiling piles of sand have been pushed up in 3 of the room's corners. On one of the piles on the western side, you see a hole in the wall over here. And at the top of that piled up sand, you see a steady stream of sand that's sort of falling in a curtain that's blocking your vision of whatever is beyond that hole.
It's a sandfall.
Yes, a very slow, just sort of sandfall. It's filling up this hole, or this hill, I mean, of sand. And it's sort of acting like a door of sorts, because you cannot see what's beyond it. Before the hole is a statue of some great serpentine god of some sort. Between the two, between the hole in front of the statue and the sand curtain at the top of this hill, you see tracks. Some of the tracks look humanoid, and they look like small, like regular size humanoid tracks, and some of them look serpentine in nature. It looks like something is slithered through the sand.
Iymrith. I'm just gonna shout her name.
What direction do the tracks go?
They go from this hole, and they lead down to the west here, over this hill, and through that sand curtain.
And where's this path look like it leads?
That looks like a very roughly carved tunnel that leads to the east. You can't really... Oh, sorry, your thing should be bright light. It should not be dimming like that. Hold on. Yeah, your light is not dim. It's bright light. It's a very roughly, it looks like almost like hand carved tunnel that leads through the east, and you can just see that it sort of worms its way through the rock. You can't see where it goes.
Okay.
I'm gonna fire some force blasts at the sand top, see if I can look through it.
Okay. Kazon, you fire a couple force blasts through through the sand curtain?
Yeah.
Okay. You do, Kazon, and for a brief moment, as your force blasts separate the sand, you see 2 creatures standing on the other side of the sand dune, on the other side of the sand curtain. They are humanoid, but they're from the waist up. They seem to be just snakes. But they have human arms, and they are both holding longbows, as if they were waiting for someone to come through. And as at the moment that you see them, they see you.
Hello.
And 2 longbow arrows come flying through the sand. I don't know why the damage didn't roll. That second one.
That's just guys on the side of the sandfall.
Should it be disadvantage though, because they're blindly aiming?
No, they could see him. Like it was like they were readied to attack. Shit, my thing locked up now. That's great. All right, well, that's a good place to end it.
Oh no.
Kazon, an arrow hits you for 5 damage, and immediately the sand curtain falls back, and you can no longer see what's on the other side.
I think that kills my last dupe.
All right, and with that, we will call it for the evening. Kazon has stirred a hornet's nest on the other side of a sand wall.
Man.
And he's all by himself.
You said the tracks led from the hole to the...
Through this sand curtain, yes. So you presumably just saw the creatures that made the tracks.
Oh, they weren't the dragon tracks?
No, they were humanoid-sized tracks.
Oh, shit. If only we had somebody that could track things.
Hey, I can only do so much, alright?
I'm doing a hell of a job.
Let's do some experience. You all killed
47 gargoyles.
25 gargoyles.
So many things.
Divided by 9.
Well, how much were the gargoyles worth?
Oh, sorry, yeah. The gargoyles were worth 450 experience apiece.
That divided by 9 is 1,250. Plus our current 98,556. 99,806. So close. Couldn't have just given us level 1.
I must time it perfectly.
Can you click on the total again?
99,806. Oops. Helps if I click off it first.
All right.
Damn it. We killed one of the giants.
Thank you to Eric, Heather, Reese, Rochelle, and Raymond. I am Chris. We are here doing D&D 5th Edition Storm King's Thunder every week. We will see you next time. Rochelle and Raymond. I am